Well then, quick scrapping video, and well, as you've just seen, we got some scrap. Now I suspect that this light fitting is brass, judging by the way it's been coloured, but we'll have a look. It's got some really interesting looking light adapters. They look to be copper, but looking at them properly, they look to be steel. So we'll have a sort through and we'll see what happens. So we've got that. And this green mesh that's in the bottom here is from the neutral conductor, as you can see there, which isn't good. So that is to be tested. We'll see what happens. As you've just seen, that was in the first video. That light fitting was in the middle of the dining room. Now, this one, bit off centre, but this is what's left of a brass double socket, because something fell into it and smashed it into pieces. So that's instant scrap for me. Chuck that down here. Right, these, what's left of a crappy fucking ceiling light from IKEA. As you can see, there's your model number and that. Look, yeah. Guy, or the person that last lived here, put 60-watt lamps in it and fucked up the entire light fitting, and as a result, caused the neutral to start getting hot. As a result, it leaked its colouring. Everywhere it was, everywhere. That's not natural. And whoever did up the live as well, snapped it. Just see the copper in the outlet. Yeah? That was snapped and it was arcing. And it was no good. So, we're going to test that. I think it's steel, but never mind. These wall lights as well have already had their flexes cut off, because these were going to go down the dump over the weekend, but I saved them. So already I can tell that is aluminium reflector. Plastic, you're going to probably get a little bit brass in there, as you can see. So a bit of brass, a little bit of copper, a little bit of alley, and that is probably it. And that's for the other one as well. 2 blinds, extruded aluminium. The aluminium the body of this is extruded alley. This is extruded alley. That on the end of it, the black ring, is steel. Connector blocks, got a little bit of cable, copper cable. Connector blocks are aluminium. You can probably see, yeah. Yeah, not worth stripping, but got nothing else to do. Connectors, obviously brass mixed with copper. Need to change that. This screw, I suspect it's steel. Along with this one, we'll try it in a minute. They look brass, but I reckon they're steel. So, let's test these. 2 screws. That's brass. That, steel. Shit. If it sticks, it's shit. Steel body, shit. Steel's at really low price nowadays. Well, especially this year anyway. So, that's steel. Not much to it really. That washer down there's brass. So, thing in question, is this steel? No, that's brass as well. Yes please, more brass for me. I ain't complaining. I need to get my buckets back. That's going to be a mix of brass, steel and copper. So I can tell you now that that back plate is steel. Screws for the terminals, brass. But inside's actually copper. See a crack there, that's where it's broken. I'm surprised it didn't go bang. little bit of brass on those switches there, but it's not worth taking them. Test them anyway, just in case. Yeah, brass. So now this light fitting, that was actually brass. Oh yeah, sweet. What about the chain? Yeah, chain's still got to separate that. These end pieces. Oh, that's interesting. Obviously these clips are going to be steel, spring steel. Not sure what that is. That's probably alley. A little bit of brass here and there. That little end piece. Better test that properly. Huh, sweet, it's brass. Oh, I was wrong. It's fucking steel, innit? But that bit ain't. Why is that steel? What the fuck? Need to have a look in there, really. Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought the whole thing was going to be brass. Oh, now of all of that, this is all the brass we got. Not much, really. But hey ho, never mind. This switch's got a fair bit of weight to it, so I ain't complaining. This is all the wire we got out of it. Not a lot, but every little helps. All the steel, that's all steel, believe it or not. Even that, I thought was brass, but no. It's actually steel. Which sucks. Then they might say, oh, actually it's brass, because the scrapyard I go to doesn't really test the metals really that well. They're like, oh, it's brass, chuck it in the brass bin, etc, etc, etc. There's no point saving these because these are actually aluminium, even though they look brass. That's a reflection of the brass pins. So every little helps. It's going to go down in this pile for now. Actually, go in there. I might be cheeky and chuck it in the brass pile, but there's got no weight to it. But I don't know yet. But yeah, quite easy, this stuff really. So that's all the brass we got. There's still more to come, but different story. Anyway, thanks for watching.